Jim Jones is at it again. You know, he's trying to hit the algorithm. And I always thought he was a sorry rapper, man. You know, he had no really real talent. He was Cameron's hype man, jumping up and down in the back of the video. That's what he was. But now the internet is buzzing because when his name came up in comparable to Nas, you know, he said some real salacious things in order to trick the algorithm, right? And have everybody talking about it. So while he was on the show with Fat Joe and Fat Joe and Jada Kiss, he said this.
Saying Jim Jones has more hits than Nas.
I'm from New Jersey. We grew up on ballin'.
That's one.
We did not grow up on one mic. Pop Champagne, Summer in Miami. That's a classic.
If I Rule the World. How's that comparable to those songs you just said?
I'm 22. Every Nas song that my man's MJ played, we said we heard that from what, Doug?
2K.
3 influential people regarding dressing,
But
swag. Jim Jones is top 3.
But Nas influenced Jim Jones.
Cap, Chrome Hearts, and the BB Simons belts and all that. Jim Jones is like top 3.
So where you put Max B?
Nobody was wearing Ed Hardy.
Saw a clip on the Instagram where a young kid was comparing you to Nas and saying that you got
Yeah, that's my young boy.
big
right there.
hits.
He's wild.
Yo, he looked to you. He learned how to wear the BB Simon belt from you. He got his swag. Like, how crazy is that? Because in my era, you know what I'm saying? Nas is like a god.
In my
right?
era, in my era too. I mean,
So to
well,
be compared-
I got a bunch of 40 and 50-year-olds in my comments fighting for their life. And you know what I get out of all of this? I'm lit. Was I on your Explorer page this morning? Yeah. Mine's too. Summer Jam. You never know who's gonna pop up on that Summer Jam screen. I'm up. Thank you for all the likes and comments.
This dude, Jim Jones, has to be the oldest YN on the planet. He has to be. I mean, he's like this a 60-year-old guy still banging in the streets. He acts like a child, right? So we know that he had an album coming out a couple months ago. He was going back and forth with Cameron and Mace, and Cameron had to come on in and check him and basically say, we wrote your rhymes, we taught you how to rap, we used your house. Like, your house was a place where we used just to bring girls over, Jomo. Like, you was never really part of the crew, right? You begged to be part of the crew, right? So, I mean, this guy, he's on that new podcast with Fat Joe and Jadakiss, and some way his name came up in comparison to Nas. So he found a way to spark the internet, right? Jump into the algorithm by basically saying that he's comparable to Nas and saying, check his... He was saying check his catalog and compare his catalog next to Nas. Check the billboards. And we know when it comes to billboards, Nas got like 6 #1 hits, 16 top 10 hits. He ain't got the hits that Nas got. Now, a lot of these young people, they may be, on board with a lot of that stuff. Like with some of the stuff that these young YNs that's in the streets, that's into that banging stuff. They might be a part of that, but he ain't nowhere close to Nas, right? So with him, with him going on there and trying to compare himself to Nas, right? A lot of people on social media start really getting at him, right? This guy, Artiste Defiance said, Nas has 29 hot 100 Billboard entries. Jim has 2. We Fly High and Pop Champagne. Nas has 6 #1 albums, 16 top 10 albums. Jim Jones has no #1 albums and 3 top 10 albums. Jim, you played yourself. Now, Jim was saying this stuff because he was trying to hit the algorithm. You got to learn how to bend the algorithm, LOL. Summer Jam tomorrow. I'm ready, LOL. NYC, New Jersey, what's up, right? Then he comes and says, y'all do know after I get y'all and y'all feelings on social media, I go back to living a real good life. LOL sidebar. Going viral is a major tool in the entertainment business. Don't get stuck in yesterday's grind. Stay current, my friend. So he's basically telling you he was doing all this stuff just to sound crazy. Guess who's everyone talking about today? And now that I have everyone's attention, Meet me at Summer Jam, NYC, New Jersey, right? Then he goes and say, Jim Jones Capo, so happy that I have everyone's attention, LOL Summer. Well, he needs to have everybody's attention because that album he had with Double Wood, right? Today's biggest concert in the game, you defiantly got heavy emotion if you on the roster. Y'all get out of y'all feelings and get in your bag. Y'all acting like I said I was going to bring the Koofy list back. Damn, y'all emote. So I don't even know what the hell he mean when he's saying that kind of stuff, right? But people's coming off. People really getting at him. Somebody said Jim Jones saying his son can't name a Nas song ain't a flex. He think it is. LOL. My baby is 18 months. If she can't name a Nas song at 13, I feel like I felt as a father musically, right? So like I said, he's doing certain things to get into the algorithm. He knows he's not better than Nas. But I know Cameron and Mace gonna respond to this, and I know they gonna have something to say. Like he said, he grew up on Nas, right? And a lot of the youngins may not know who Nas is, right? But they don't really know who Jim Jones is either. Unless you like regional. These young kids is listening to NBA Youngboy. They listening to Lil Durk. They listening to all that kind of stuff. They're not listening to Jim Jones' old ass. No, man. And Jim Jones is an old man compared to them. So that young boy right there know Jim Jones. And he's from the area. But them kids all in Memphis and down south, they listening to their people. They're not checking for no Jim Jones. That's why his album went Double Wood. And that's why he did what he did, because he wanted to go viral to the point where young people can look and say, well, Jim Jones, who's Jim Jones? Oh, let me check out some Jim Jones music. So that's what he was doing. He was using Nas' name to get to bend the algorithm, to get in there. So that's all it was, man. He know he ain't messing with no darn Nas. But let me know what y'all think about this, man. I'm going to cut this video short. If y'all made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Remember, I love y'all. Till next time, peace.